Good afternoon, rugby fans. Welcome to Randall's Island, New York City, for this American Rugby Premiership matchup between Old Blue New York and the traveling Boston Irish Wolfhounds. Here as the visiting team, this is John Broker with Rugby Wrap-Up's Matt McCarthy bringing you today's action. And Matt, let's first go to keys of the game. Let's start with Old Blue. What do they need to do today?
Well, I think they got to go to their strengths. You know, they've got a very mobile pack, and they've got an excellent back line. Utilize your speed and try to work the corners.
All right, they're coming in, with a lot of firepower. A number of changes in their lineup. Your players to watch here on the Old Blue side, Matt?
Well, we've got Luke Hume coming back from injury. He looks like he's firing on all cylinders in the back line. The conditions are perfect for rugby. You can spin the ball, you can run the ball. A mobile pack, despite the fact that they're missing some of those players that we were talking about. Keep an eye on Hume. You got to watch Alex Schwartz, the captain.
Got other threats. You have Ryan Mattias, the USA Sevens player, San Diego Breaker. Firepower coming from everywhere to contain. And how about for this Wolfhound side? Here's the roster for the Wolfhounds.
Leader, right?
A Lindenwood University product. Played in one of the great.
Collins, is that his name?
Yeah, Owen Collins.
Yeah.
You got USA U19 product and the imported number 10 there, Patty Owens. So you have a really good side coming down. And they've got some very good players across the board here. Not quite the big names and firepower that Old Blue has, but certainly a formidable team. Your prediction?
If the Wolfhounds don't neutralize the strengths of Old Blue, it could be a lopsided victory.
A tough one for them. Yeah, I think we're looking at an Old Blue game here. We'll see on their home turf, but we'll see how these Wolfhounds handle it. And we'll be back with all this action right after this.
There are days like this when many rugby players never have it, never experience it. It is special. I can tell you, these are the days that you'd never believe will come again. And when you come to a day like this, you know why you do it all. You know why you've been involved. It is a privilege. It's because we're something special. Go out, enjoy it, remember how you've got here and why, and finish it off, and be special for the rest of your lives. Good luck. Go for it.
Welcome back to Randall's Island here for an American Rugby Premiership game. It's John Broker here with Matt McCarthy as the Boston Irish Wolfhounds take the field to take on Old Blue, and referee Mike O'Brien will be getting the game underway any second. Matt, what are we ready for here?
Well, I think we're ready for a hard-hitting contest. Eavesdropped on the Old Blue hello circle prior to the start of the match, and there was some spirited words from Captain Alex Schwartz about more of the same, sticking to their roles and continuing on as they know how.
All right, referee O'Brien ready to get the game underway here as Stéphane Rousseau is going to step into his second ARP game and gets us underway here with a short kick as the Wolfhounds look to come down with it. Bit of a bobbly ball to get started there, but game underway here.
Yeah, you said bobbly ball there, John, and there is a bit of a breeze here off the East River, and we're on an island after all.
Yeah, we are.
Beautiful backdrop of Manhattan behind us.
Danny Collins puts the ball in. The Wolfhounds deep in their own end. Look to clear there through Patty Owens, the number 10. Does not find touch, and it's out of the 40. And here comes Stéphane Rousseau again. Puts it into Harry Kennedy's hands. We may get some names wrong here at first. We're still waiting for the number changes from Old Blue. But here the ball is moved out to Kennedy again.
And just as a reminder, as per the course, as per normal for Old Blue in some of these clubs, the numbers make no sense. They're not substitutions if you're tuning in late.
Yeah.
They're starting with numbers 772 on their back.
Yeah, I see two number 11 and two number 10, so we're going to have to figure this out as we go. But anyway, ball goes into touch, and we are going to have a Wolfhounds line out deep inside their own end. As early play here is going the way of Old Blue territory-wide. We'll see how it goes in the breeze.
You can't ask for better conditions other than a slight breeze.
And ball going to the middle of the line out there for the Wolfhounds. Does not work out, and it's going to the tail. They've had to scramble a bit to get it down. The ball is in Mike Durant's hands, the scrum half. Durant puts it back to Patty Owens. Patty Owens, barely any more distance on that one. It's going to be an Old Blue ball this time.
All right, so far, I guess they're just feeling each other out with a little positional kicking.
And it's certainly been territory-wise. This has been Old Blue's first couple of minutes. Line out here from Dean Muir. Muir goes to the middle. Ball comes down. And we have an Old Blue maul here coming in. Driving the ball forward, really taking them on with a concerted effort there. Some hands coming around, but it looks well concealed here, Matt.
Yes. And you mentioned Dean Muir, the South African. His cohort, compadre Dylan Fawcett, just came over and said hello to us with a quick shake of the hand.
And he's out today, along with a number of regular starters for Old Blue. As first time Juan Solano, the Argentinian scrum half, goes in. Ball is moved into the middle of the field with one of their number 10s, and penalty called by referee O'Brien.
Apologies, folks, if you hear some rumbling. That is the wind, and we're trying our best to keep the mic out of the wind, but it's not the easiest chore.
Particularly at the moment with the ball going Old Blue way, and Solano there looking for the ball again. Ball is out in the backs. And penalty again against Old Blue. Referee O'Brien sees them infringing around the contact area there. And the ball comes quick again. Out into the midfield, and here we go. It's in Wallace Sims' hands. Wallace Sims gets caught up. Josh Rice comes in. The USA League convert. As the ball comes back out there to Rousseau. Rousseau puts it in the hands of Paris Hollis, former Life player in his first year with Old Blue, I believe, Matt?
That's correct, as far as I can tell, yeah.
And Rousseau again puts it wide there to Ryan Mattias. Mattias, the capped USA 7s and 15s player. Or 2 7s caps, sorry, not capped 15s yet. Touches down. We've heard an early score here from Old Blue. And it is 5-0 on a Ryan Mattias try.
Yeah, we could expect to see quite a bit of offense coming from Old Blue right now. You've got the Irish Wolfhounds. They're not going to back down, but there is some serious firepower, including Luke Hume, who's building back up to 100% in the back line.
On his return. And here it looks like Stéphane Rousseau is going to line up the kick. breeze coming at him. Rousseau lines it up. Doesn't look like he's hit that one, and we're 5-0 on that Mattias try. As we move forward here as the game goes on. It's going to be a little jumbly. We have a few number changes here on Old Blue. I don't think anybody's wearing a number their position would normally have them do, but
I've kind of given up myself. I'm just trying to go by the faces.
yeah, I have the numbers here. I'll do the best I can. As the ball comes back out.
We did have a scratch earlier for Old Blue at lock with Sam Scroggins. We'll try to find out what's going on with Sammy.
Okay.
He's the NFL player turned lawyer and rugby player, and he's a force to be reckoned with. But in his place is Bobby McMahon.
As Solano takes the ball in, the scrum half has to field that one off the kick from Todd Leader, the Irish-born Lindenwood University product. As for the first time in the game, just in the first few minutes here, we have Old Blue down their own end. And a clearing kick there from Rousseau does not find touch. Ball is coming across here into the hands of Owen Collins, former USA U19 player.
No relation to Michael Collins.
Or Danny Collins, one of his teammates. Plenty of boys with that name in Boston.
There are.
As referee O'Brien spots something and is going to bring it here for a scrum to Old Blue. Solano is set to feed the ball in. See how these early scrums work out here, Matt. Referee O'Brien brings it up, not happy with something there. Looking for a little more discipline out of these front rows earlier in the game.
And he'll be helped out by his side judges, Tyler Ciccarella and Rosalind Anderson.
As the ball comes in, secured there. Solano makes a little fake. First, almost touches the ball. Luke Hume bobbles it, but he's able to recover. And Hume getting dragged around as he hands off the ball to Lance Kavanaugh, one of their many number 10s on the field at the moment, and penalty there against the Irish Wolfhounds.
Couldn't see from this angle what the infraction was. Did you catch it, John?
No, I didn't catch it from here.
Kicked into touch.
We're going to have an Old Blue lineout, just their own 40-meter line.
Not the greatest of kicks.
No, not the greatest of kicks, but they're, going into that swirling breeze here on Randall's Island.
Dean Muir sporting the beard.
The look of the day. Dean Muir to put the ball in. Going to the center of the line out there. As Solano looks like he may be ready to kick it here, but moves it instead as the ball goes into Josh Rice's hands. Rice sets up a platform in the midfield as the ball comes back out to Rousseau. Long driving kick down into the 22. No problem there for Owen Collins. As looked to put it in a touch, I thought, but deep downfield, Luke Hume is going to be able to field this. Just outside of his own try zone. Nice kick there. And Hume, never shy, decides to go for a run. And Hume
And look at this.
Continues to go for a run.
It's just amazing. You know the guy's got the wheels. You know he's got the moves. Go down and cover him. They do, and he still gets 40 yards, 40 meters.
And he's got the attitude as well as Hugh brings it up, and Old Blue looks to keep it moving here as the ball comes out to Wallace Sims. Wallace Sims put it into the midfield. Sims again. Was it to Muir? Muir trying to move it to the sideline there.
Oh, we've got a break.
Lance Kavanaugh going towards the middle of the field. Rounds 1, rounds 2.
He's going to score.
Rounds 3. Irish Wolfhounds strewn all over the ground as Lance Kavanaugh is going to touch down off the wing. Great individual effort.
Great effort. He's pretty close to us where he picked up the ball off the pass from Muir. Mm-hmm. Muir will probably take credit for that as a planned pass.
As every front row forward would.
Yeah, the no-look three-hopper. But as soon as he picked up the ball, he had try in his eyes.
Absolutely. And just turning right around those players. No chance. And off of that, 10-0 right now. It is to Old Blue. As Rousseau, better angle this time, straight out in front. Try to extend their lead here to 12.
And keep an eye on the clock.
Yes, absolutely.
John, I see that you're manning the clock, John, so
yeah,
I'm just going to sip some hazelnut coffee and ignore you.
And Rousseau is good there as the score goes to 12-0 here for Next Level Rugby. John Broker with Matt McCarthy.
And we've got Ryan Ginty out there someplace with a mic as he is working as his magic with the camera. So we'll be checking in with him from time to time, folks. And we've also got Steve Lewis, who recently stepped down from Director of Rugby at Pro Rugby. So we'll try to get a few words with him and whomever else we might spot as dignitaries in the crowd.
And a banner crowd it is here as Tad Leader ready to get this started. Beautifully high kick, nearly fielded there by Brendan Wimberly from the Wolfhounds, but Old Blue was able to recollect.
Yeah, and John, that is a vicious son to look into if you're receiving the ball for Old Blue right now.
Yep. Well played there by the Wolfhounds, and now deep inside their own zone. Maybe not so well advised high ball, and Muir can't hang on to it as it comes down to one of the big fellas.
There was no hesitancy whatsoever in Muir. He was going to catch that on the fly or not.
Yep. Nice move here as Leader puts it out to the wing, and the
we got a break on the far side. That is a real nice move, John.
And despite the width, the ball went into touch, but referee O'Brien has spotted something with a penalty here for the Wolfhounds. Got to go for the corner on this one, yeah?
Definitely have to go for the corner. They need some points, whether it's a penalty or a drop goal. They got to get on the board here.
So, as one of the assistant referees, Tyler Ciccarelli, spots it down inside the 22 there, and will be an Irish Wolfhounds line out here.
Yeah, you can hear the wind, folks, picking up a little bit. So no kicks are easy.
It's amazing it comes into the broadcast booth like that. You can tell it's really swirling, but here's the ball into Patty Owens' hands.
There's a good
Owens looking to move it wide, but spills it forward there, does Danny Collins. Also no relation.
Nice stick there, a little hello from Josh Rice before that pass was made. Beat a dead horse and called Josh Rice the American honey badger.
I think he might like that. I think he might be going for that look.
He doesn't mind.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind.
Built-in Halloween costume for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to be time off here as Ryan Matty is getting looked at.
You know, Old Blue's got that cache of loose forwards that just keeps rotating in, you know, especially the 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But the one constant every week seems to be Alex Schwartz, the captain.
Just puts in the hard yards, really leading them in a good way. And we've seen him at 7, we've seen him at 6. Now he's this week at number 8 with Gavin DeMore Morrison slotting in. Yeah, looking to have a great game here.
I think we've got an injury.
Looks like Ryan Matties is out.
San Diego Breaker from Pro Rugby, Ryan Matties.
Solano feeds a scrum just outside the Old Blue 22, so there's no kick directly to touch here. Let's see what they go with. Real ascendancy in the scrum here as the Wolfhounds are pulled straight up and they draw the penalty. Old Blues front row scooping it up right there as we're going to have a penalty kick from Stéphane Rousseau.
See the pursuit here. Again, not a lot of yards gained on that on the kick there, but they'll retain possession on the line out. Is it wind still, John?
Well, the wind's dying down a little bit. That just didn't seem to be the greatest kick. I think we could have put a little more distance on that.
I'm a forward. I'm cursing under my breath right now.
Yeah. I'd like to be trotting down further down the field. But here comes that maul again with Muir at the back once more. Solano, like every good scrum half, screaming at the forwards to keep it moving forward, to keep it going in the right direction here as the Wolfhounds are reaching over trying to get a hold of it. Solano comes away with it into Stefan Rousseau's hands. The try scorer, Kavanaugh, puts it into Hume's hands, and Hume finds some space inside the 50.
He's gone.
Cuts across the 40.
Well, maybe not.
A little offload there. Doesn't quite go as planned, but Old Blue retains possession. Rousseau again puts the ball into Calder Orr's hands.
Orr's a load, John. Standing next to him before the match. He's a big kid.
Certainly is. As Dean Muir again patrolling this right wing. But referee spots one of the Old Blue players coming in from the side. Be a penalty here to the Wolfhounds after stringing together a number of good phases there. Old Blue pays the price to even things out a little bit.
John, literally they have the wind at their backs and they have the sun in the eyes of Old Blue. They've got to get points this half.
Yep.
We just had a Ryan Ginty spotting. See if we can get him on mic, get some of the words from him. He is down on the pitch.
So I just checked in with Mr. Stephen Lewis and James Bird down there. It appears that against Nyack, Birdie tore some cartilage in his rib. So he is sitting out this week, but he does look confident to be back, coming in, getting into the mix next weekend.
So it's not like the NHL where it's an overall body injury. They're actually telling you what the injury is.
Yes, maybe I wasn't supposed to say that, James. I apologize if I gave that up.
The HIPAA medical
And
folks
on
might
that,
not be happy.
I'm out.
And Ryan's going to go hide back on the pitch and pick up a camera again.
As the Wolfhounds looking to string together some phases here through Harry Kennedy, the winger. Ball back out from Durant. Looking for some phases here as Collins can't hang on to it. Kavanaugh comes up, but knock on. The ball is going to go from Old Blue. The ball is going to go to the Wolfhounds here.
So, John, I got to go back to what Ryan was just talking about. Apparently, Bird has a problem with his cage.
Yes, yeah, there's a problem with Bird's cage. This is the gift that just keeps on giving.
There's the legend, Hayden James, pitch side.
Former Trinidadian international Hayden James.
He's run over me about 1,000 times.
It never felt good once.
He's always giggling when he does it.
And we're set here is Mike Durant, former Fordham player, but from BC High. Looks to get things going. And a long looping pass into Patty Owen's hands.
You know, the passes are just a little off. They're a little high. They're making the receiver, linger a little bit. And those are key moments.
Yeah, just giving that Old Blue defense just a second to scooch up there. As the Old Blue defense comes flying forward. Out to Gareth Austin, the UCD product. University College Dublin, that'd be. And a beautiful kick from Owens there.
Kavanaugh chasing, yeah.
Kavanaugh off the left boot. Clears it safely. We're going to have another line out here for Old Blue. Right around the Wolfhounds 22. The Wolfhounds huddle up. Try to figure out what they're going to do. As referee O'Brien wants him in the line. Ball to the tail of the lineout, doesn't hit. Here comes Gavin DeMore Morrison, Boston-born, AIC educated, now playing his trade in New York City here. And the ball goes away onto the wing there. And that is somebody whose number we probably don't have.
Is that Colonel Wallace Sims out there?
And whoever it is, they draw a penalty.
Tough to see from this angle.
It was I believe that was a replacement for Mattias. Just don't have a number on that. As the penalty here, Luke Hume, ball in hand. Referee having a chat with the Wolfhounds about some of their transgressions. Old Blue drives the ball to the corner there through Stephane Rousseau.
Did you have a chance to chat with Rousseau pre-match?
I did not.
Just wondering if he is the real Rousseau.
Yeah.
Right? Vraiment.
I think he is,
This is Doug Bad.
yes. He's an Argentinian-born boy.
Oh. Take it all back.
That could have been Solano that's Argentinian-born. Not sure about Rousseau. Sorry about that as Hume gets ball in hand, and the ball comes to Connor Wallace-Sims. Wallace-Sims with the dummy. Sees the opening, and he is straight in for a try in the corner. No problem there from lowering down the phases and just putting the ball into a great runner's hands as Wallace-Sims takes it and puts us up to 17 to nil Old Blue.
Am I of the wrong thinking he should have gone under the post a little bit more?
I think he could have turned in
Right?
there, but yeah.
Take a couple of bumps and get it in there?
Just trying to make it a little harder for his kicker, give him some good practice here.
All right, I like that. Okay.
At 17.
All right.
As the Wolfhounds under the post trying to regather here and make some sense of what's going on here in the just about halfway through this first half. Pretty dominant performance by Old Blue, Matt.
Yeah, and the Wolfhounds were up against it to begin with.
They're lower in the table in this competition. Old Blue really, a couple teams setting themselves apart. As Rousseau can't hit it. And it's going to be 17-0 here for Next Level Rugby at Randall's Island. American Rugby Premiership game between Old Blue and the Boston Irish Wolfhounds.
I can't see the clock from here, John. What's the time left?
Time, I'd say there's
we're
a little bit past halfway here. We've got some expert opinion on that.
That's our producer, Mark Riley.
Yes, yeah. Esteemed producer. Just don't tell Ryan.
Makes these things happen.
As Todd Leader to kick it off again. Goes high, great kick. Beautiful kick into the center of the field. Could be anybody's ball, and we're going to get a penalty here.
Yeah.
Against the Wolfhounds as Solano elects to go quick. Rousseau sends it back in.
They're really testing the outside with the Old Blue backs, and I think that's a smart strategy.
But a forward pass there to Paris Hollis as they're going to bring it back. Hollis putting some pace in the midfield there for prop forward.
Yeah. The Wolfhounds have some beef up in that pack, some size in that pack. So utilizing the back line, spinning the ball wide, working well for Old Blue so far. And John, they're doing it with the sun in their eyes and that wind in their face.
Yep. Second half will be a very different story. As Wolfhounds ball, Mike Durant feeds it. Pressure on from Old Blue, but they're able to put it in the back line's hands as Todd Leader, the Lindenwood product there, finds no room as Kavanaugh brings him down. Again, ball into Patty Owen's hands. We'll pass there to no one in particular.
Threw that one to patio turf.
Yeah. And not releasing called on the Wolfhounds there, even though he was rolling away from his tackle, in my opinion. It's going to be an Old Blue line out, and they're going to get out of their own zone as Hume of all people tries to calm things down.
Yeah. It's like Custer as a tour guide.
A raking kick there from Old Blue as we're going to move down for an Old Blue line out just inside the Wolfhounds 40. Oh, a little further inside. We've seen a couple of mauls here from the Old Blue forwards. What do you think? We getting this again?
I think we might. I know they're itching, right? They're a mobile pack.
Yep.
You've seen Dean Muir all over the pitch so far this first half, along with Alex Schwartz and Bobby McMahon.
Very effective. Schwartz calling for the ball there, but we're going to come back.
You know, about that, we mentioned that Scroggins was a scratch and that McMahon moved into that slot, but McMahon was in the loose forwards in the starting lineup to begin with. And that's the flexibility that Marty Veal has to play with here.
Ball wide into Wallace Sims' hands there, because I believe it's Mike St. Clair. The number we don't have, scoring the try in the corner. Old Blue again. You know, they're really doing better when they don't string together multiple phases. They just get a couple of balls out to some of their great runners, and they've been able to take them on with just a couple of running deceptions here. It's been a pretty impressive individual performance by some of these Old Blue players.
Yeah, there's some outside speed here that's not matched on defense by the Wolfhounds, and they're going to have to change their strategy significantly. Try to clog up the middle, keep possession.
And that takes us to 22-0 Old Blue in this first half.
As the fans file in.
Stefan Rousseau missed his last one from this about this position. We'll see how he does here. Puts it up.
Really cheeky, could I borrow
Had it?
a
Got the distance.
I thought I'd go on spares.
We've got a admittedly cheeky fan looking for an outlet. If you can find one, sir.
We can all hear him. The kick is good that time from Stefan Rousseau. And
The intimacy of our booth.
yes, the broadcast booth here full of excited fans. We take it to 24 off of the Rousseau kick. Hits it that time. Todd Leader has been putting up some good kickoffs here. We'll see what he does. And we'll get back to you on whether that guy finds an outlet or not.
Well, my outlet's rugby. I don't know about yours.
And Gareth Austin, Irish-born number 8, takes it in and move it out here to Patty Owens. Patty Owens, a fast-rushing Wallace Sims comes on their outside backs there. And you're right, these outside backs haven't had much chance to move. Rushing Old Blue defense again halts the ball at the 10. Leader's got the ball in hands now, throws a dummy, he's got his hands free. But we have an offsides call there from O'Brien as Mike Durant tries to go quick. Ball into the hands of James Phillips. Here is Gareth Austin again. Obviously their big running threat. Patty Owens has it, ball into Owen Collins' hands. Bobbles it again. And here we are. Old Blue off a turnover. Let's see what they can do with this speed. As that was Paris Hollis taking that ball on. Ball moves to Calder Orr in the center of the field. And just at midfield at the 50-meter line, Old Blue threw Solano on the attack to Hume. Hume puts it in behind. And an errant kick just rolls into touch there.
Paris Hollis, another front rower with mobility.
Yeah, plays on the Old Blue 7 side somewhat. Really impressive player. Formerly Life University player. Will be an Irish Wolfhounds line out here as Adam Zolkowski, the Penn State grad, goes in, and the Wolfhounds now with them all of their own.
I'm all of their own at theaters near you.
Any day now as Durant spots the box kick there and puts it over the top. Finds some ground. DeMore Morrison has to go back on it, but he's quickly brought down.
Took a Wolfhounds bounce and a great tackle.
Old Blue looking to regain their shape here. A few players stretched across.
Looked like Calder Orr with the ball there.
Wallace Sims puts the ball back. Durant there for it. But we're going to come back to to, I believe, an offside penalty against Old Blue. The Wolfhounds ball. And we're going to go to the corner here, I believe.
Trying to figure out the best mic technology.
Yeah,
I don't know if that one
shielded my mic with everything
Yeah.
and seeing what's working here. As Patty Owens drives the ball on a touch, we'll have a Wolfhounds line out here, just about 15 meters out. Just a few minutes left in this first half. The Wolfhounds really need some points here.
They got to get points here, John, and they have to show that they're in this match. Maybe make some adjustments, make a game of it. Coming in, not trying to match them on the outside, maybe banging it up in the middle.
Yeah, use some of that power, because they really are, losing that outside battle there with the speed that Old Blue has.
And, players like Luke Hume smell that. They smell the blood. They smell the chance to turn that corner.
And a not straight, not what you want down in that zone from your throwers, but we're going to have a scrum or line out here. See what they choose. Assumedly scrum to Old Blue. And Solano to put the ball in here. We have not driving straight from the Wolfhounds as Old Blue draws a penalty with that powerful front row and be able to clear their zone with no problem.
We keep talking about the backs spinning the ball, but it's presented to them because of that front row and the tight five.
Yeah, great platform for him here as Rousseau puts the ball on a touch.
It's as though when the wind is tougher on him and the sun's even more difficult, he's got a better kick.
Yeah. Able to just slice it through that breeze. As Muir to the middle of the line out there to Schwartz, the captain, comes down with it.
Wearing number 11, playing number 8.
Of course. One of the many number 11s on the field at the
Yeah.
moment. And the ball
Oh, there's a great pass, great break.
set right there.
And that's
Old Blue again with that speed and elusive running.
great try.
Most of their tries coming off a first phase ball here. Really well done as it goes to 29-0 Old Blue in this first half.
It's a 40-meter try, 40-plus meter try, and you got to get a hand on him, body on him.
Yeah, there was a hole open up in that defense. Some great decoy running, straight through. Old Blue players coming back to midfield with some smiles on their faces. I think they know they're going to have a pretty good day today. As Rousseau lines it up another one. Should be pretty straightforward for him.
Just got a thumbs up from Lance Kavanaugh.
Yeah. Tuning us in right now.
He and Luke Hume have a few words.
As Rousseau slots another one. 31.
31-0. That's a deficit you don't want at halftime when you're going into the locker room or to the shed for a conversation about what your strategy is going to be going forward.
And we'll see what the Wolfhounds just spoke about here as they're a little slower to come out to midfield this time. Leader will be looking again to put some height on this ball.
He's a Galway fella, if I'm not mistaken.
Certainly is. And the ball back there into Hume's hands. Hume steps one, steps two, steps three.
Oh, boy.
And here's Hume in a dangerous spot if he's running. He puts the ball onto Schwartz there. Schwartz puts the ball into Gavin DeMore Morrison's hands. And DeMore Morrison is going to have an easy trot into the try zone. As the numbers keep piling up here for Old Blue.
It's a track meet for Old Blue.
That brings us to 36-0. Kick to come from straight in front.
And just noticing Hume, I was about to say that there was no rust from that Achilles injury, but he's on his back and he's having that Achilles stretched right now. Let's hope that that's just precautionary.
He's had a few injuries over the last few years through a great career. I'm sure he'll be okay as Rousseau steps up, slots it no problem. And we are at 38-0.
38-0. Right.
Just under 5 minutes to go here.
About 5 minutes or so, yeah. That's unofficial.
It's a heads down on this Wolfhound side. Wolfhound side, they really got to figure out how they're going to approach the second half, how they're going to stop this bleeding. And as Hume still being attended to here.
He's like, I don't know if you've ever seen Monty Python with the whole like, I'm all right, the guy that, I'm not dead. That's Luke Hume.
Ready to go.
Yes. Sew my limb back on, I'm fine. But he may be coming off.
Yeah, it looks like he's coming off. We have Derek Lipscomb.
But it looks like he's grabbing the hamstring.
Yeah. They're all connected.
Sorry, folks. We are live, and I'm being shaken down for $20 that I apparently owe gorgeous Kirk Miller.
That's what you get for being so popular. As Hume is off, and it looks like Nate Augsburger, the Olympian, is going to come on.
It's not a bad replacement.
Certainly not.
Yeah, Luke's grabbing the hamstring, which is almost a relief that he's not grabbing the Achilles.
And after a very effective first half, Hume comes off as leader is going to get it underway. For the Wolfhounds, a little deeper this time. Muir underneath it. Muir.
He's going outside with it. Look at the big fella.
Certainly making his presence known there. The wall of Old Blue players. Giving the room there to Augsburger. Augsburger puts it into Gavin DeMore Morrison's hands. And now Augsburger with the box kick. Recent 15s caps for Augsburger, as well as the Olympic experience. Great person to put in there. As Old Blue calling for the not release. And they get it from referee O'Brien. Big Calder Orr gets the ball, and Augsburger.
Was that Mike Durant on the receiving end of that?
Look that way. He's the last one to get up.
Yeah. A little thing like that. Durant was the last one up. None of his teammates there to give him a hand, helping him up. I mean, it's just little things.
As Old Blue push it downfield through Connor Wallace-Sims. Augsburger steps in the front of the line here as Muir. We're looking for another maul here to Schwartz at the center of the lineout. Goes quick. Augsburger a little tough time handling it, but a cross-field kick here. We'll see how this works out.
That was a purposeful kick.
Hits its mark, but we'll see what they can get done here. As the referee is not sure if he's. It looked like they were over the line, but the referee may have spotted a knock on there, a pass forward from Old Blue. As we're going to come back here, and I believe it's going to be a Boston Irish Wolfhound scrum. But yeah, if he gotten the kick just a little bit ahead and could have hit his winger running, could have been a completely different story there. Winger had to take it pretty flat. For the Old Blue front row in tight five, we're going to be looking to put the squeeze on here, Matt, as Durant puts the ball in.
John, do you think the big fellas are going to want their tries?
I believe so. As this game goes on, if that score keeps going, but we have a penalty there against Old Blue. Can't see what the hand motion was. Something in the scrum. Patty Owens has the opportunity to clear the ball inside their own 40 with just a couple of minutes to go here in this first half. It's going to be Wolfhound's ball.
Wolfhounds still sniffing for points.
Certainly are. The Hounds are out there. The Hounds are waiting to be released at this point, but they go to the middle of the tail of the line out. They miss it again.
Oh boy!
And the ball is in Dean Muir's hands. Dean Muir says hello to Patty Owens. Was certainly a big bump off there as the ball moves out to Connor Wallace-Sims, and here's Kavanaugh, the try scorer. Ball in one hand. Old Blue able to recycle here, going through a couple phases as Stefan Rousseau moves it into the midfield there. Old Blue looking to string together phases as men both ways. Wallace-Sims trying to give a little bump off there, and the ball
He's
in
in.
the try zone once again. Can't see exactly who that was in the sun. It was Giovanni Perez put that down. And that's going to 43-0. Old Blue going into halftime with some good points here.
Giovanni Perez, the Manhattan product, Upper Manhattan product. I believe he was a Play Rugby USA product, is that right?
I believe so. Certainly did him well. And that program continues to just produce some phenomenal athletes.
Even if we're wrong, it's okay to give them a nod.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mark Griffin and co. have done wonders over there.
Good support from all the local teams.
Rousseau kicking into a spectacular pre-sunset
Yep.
here in New York City.
And finds the right angle, but doesn't have the distance hanging up in the wind there. And at halftime here in the American Rugby Premiership battle between the Old Blue and the Boston Irish Wolfhounds, we're going to end the first half at 43-0 for Old Blue. Matt, thoughts on the first half?
Well, you know, they talked about doing what they do well in their roles, and that was Alex Schwartz that said it, and the backs certainly took that to heart. They run the corners better than a lot of teams, and they certainly did that. They utilized their speed, they utilized their moves, and the tight five, giving them the ball.
Absolutely. Just some great work by the outside backs here to score a number of tries in this first half. Not sure if the Wolfhounds are going to have an answer in the second half. Where do you go from here?
I don't know. You work on things. You try to build some character by playing hard in this half. You don't know what Old Blue is going to throw at you right now. They're not a team that really lets up on the gas pedal often, you know, because you never know when you're going to need it. And if I'm the Wolfhounds, I want to at least go out of here with my head high.
All right. Words from the great Matt McCarthy there. John Broker and Matt McCarthy for Next Level Rugby here at the halftime. Now a few words from our sponsors, and we'll be back.
You know, we as a country, we've been at war since 2001. And I think that a lot of people who are not involved in the military really don't think about it.
Get across. House 19, but I'm saying, you know, we finish here, but we can orient up and then get eyes on the enemy. You know.
It's not on the forefront of the news anymore. We have people out every day taking risk, and obviously sometimes they pay the ultimate price.
I mean, there's some hard stories in there. So they're all great guys. You wish they were still here today with you, but you understand. You know, duty calls. They serve the mission, and there's tragic. You know, there's tragedy and everything. And, you know, a lot of them died in war. Others died when they came back home.
We have our jerseys, and since the beginning, we've worn a black mourning band, and that black mourning band stands apart as a reminder to us of who we're playing for.
Who are we playing for?
Marines. Our brothers.
Right there. That's what we're playing for. Play with their fighting spirit. They can't be here. You fucking make it up for them right now.
There's a lot of suffering and pain involved, but you try to bring the good out in every situation, and this is our way of doing it.
It's Friday night, what we come here for. That's the main event. And we go to the Legion and we have the ceremony. Remember our fallen, talk about them, we tell stories, remember their lives.
Brett Beacon. Lance Corporal Richard Brustetta. Major Jeremy Grazik. Lieutenant Colonel Dave Green. Major Ryan Hansen. Lance Corporal Eric Herzberg. Sergeant Donald Lamar. Major John Lee. Captain John Maloney. Major Kevin Nave. Gunnery Sergeant Cap Pelletier. Captain Michael Quinn. Captain Patrick Rapico. Major John Roca. Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Shea. Corporal Jared Shoemaker. Lance Corporal Keynote Snow. Major Keith Takabayashi. Corporal Tyler Trevelyan. Captain Al Ziegler. As we do, let's raise a toast. I'm going to ask everybody to stand. To our fallen. To our fallen. To our fallen. And as we do, first verse of the Marine Corps hymn. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles on the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
And welcome back to Randall's Island. I'm Matt McCarthy with John Broker as we're kicking off the second half. 43-0 in favor of the hosts, Old Blue, and the Irish with a burst. John?
Yeah, bringing it down right there as finally Tad Leader finds one of his own players, as a good start to the half here as any, with Danny Collins taking it into contact.
Just spoke with head coach Marty Veal of Old Blue about, strategy in the second half. He says, we just like to play it, pick the tempo up at all times. He says we've changed things or tweaked things at training a little bit to practice at a higher level than we think that the game is going to be, so that when we are confronted with it, we're ready. So don't expect them to take their foot off the gas here at all, John.
And it's certainly a walloping hit there on James Phillips a couple phases ago. But absolutely right, a good start here from both teams. The Wolfhounds really knowing they're up against it as Durant gets them going quickly. Ball into the midfield here, back into Phillips' hands. And the Wolfhounds starting with a bit of fire here, but not released, I would imagine, as the Wolfhounds have committed the penalty. And Dean Muir, the hooker, looking to go quick from his own 22. But cooler heads prevail, and Connor Wallace-Sims pounds it downfield. A beautiful kick, just 10 meters outside of the Wolfhounds try zone. We're going to start off the second half. Early maul here in the second half for Old Blue. What do you think they do?
I think they do exactly what they want to do at this point. They're going to call a play and they're going to execute that play. And that's been the problem. The Wolfhounds have to disrupt that mechanism somehow. There it is, Schwartz, the captain.
Ball again as a couple of Wolfhounds players go to the ground, but the ball is there and presented for Augsburger. Augsburger to Rousseau, puts it into Rice's hands. Rice can't find the room to pop up there. Beautiful offload back up to Rousseau, but forward, says referee O'Brien. We're going to come here for a scrum. Wolfhounds just outside of their own zone.
You know, this is 43 points in one half, and Coach Veal had said the last time we played them, it took us about 50 minutes to get up to speed. This time, fortunately for us, it was a shorter period, maybe 20 minutes or so. And they're doing it without a lot of faces in this lineup that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, they are, Bird is out, as we said. We have, a number of players not playing this week. Harry Higgins off with the USA Select side down Uruguay, I believe.
Schotten
not here.
All 9'12" of them. He's at least 21 hands.
Yeah, somewhere
right?
about that.
Yeah.
Great line-out target.
Trevor Cassidy. Scoggins, as we mentioned.
Rick Kirkland still hurt.
And then you got the front row guys. You got
Dylan Fawcett.
Beach,
Fawcett.
Right.
Yeah, Beach also with the selects. There's a lot of pressure here from the old blue scrum, as all the Wolfhounds can do is try to get their exit strategy together, and Gareth Austin takes it forward. Ball back to Leader under pressure. Leader with a good kick over midfield.
That is a good kick.
Finds some ground there in this New York evening as Kavanaugh can just guide the ball as it rolls in a touch. We're going to have an old blue line out just inside their own 40. Good work there from the Wolfhounds to clear their zone.
John, this setting has suddenly turned romantic with this sunset. I'm going to come up there and hug you in a second.
I think they should film us with that skyline in the backdrop.
Although I'm kicking myself for wearing stripes and not checks.
I know, we could all look completely matching, like Mom dressed us this morning. As a bobbled ball, though, the Wolfhounds had a little more directness here as Austin, the big runner, powers it into the midfield. Ball into Patty Owen's hands. Patty Owen looking for a gap as the outside defense closes up. Solano now playing out wide, and the ball has moved quickly to the Wolfhounds 11. Harry Kennedy back into the hands, and there's the big fella Brendan Wimberly taking it in.
Harry Kennedy, does he have an Irish dad and an English mom?
He certainly could. Not really going anywhere with these phases, but able to maintain the ball. A little bit of trouble not getting the numbers out here on the wing, as here comes Patty Owens running towards the line, and a bit of off the ball hit there. I'm not sure if it was spotted by O'Brien, but Durant again looking forward as the big number 3, Sean Moran, gets bundled back by 2 old blue.
But they are
defenders.
playing with a little vigor. They get their Irish up a little bit. These
They got the Irish up. I said the coach had a bit of a conversation with him at halftime as Alex Verdager takes the ball there. Stringing together some good work here as that's going to end with that pass to nowhere. And all Owen Collins can do is kick it into touch. But a decent passage of play there from the Wolfhounds as they're going to pay the price with 2 players down in the field at the moment.
Basically, the last ball carrier for the Wolfhounds was tackled by his ears by Dean Muir. I don't know if you caught that.
I missed that one.
Basically, Dean grabbed the 2 car doors and threw them down.
Yeah. They're attending to a Wolfhounds player here.
Lights have come on as the sun sets.
Now just around the next game on this field is going to be Columbia versus Brown, an Ivy League battle. You see the coaches and teams starting to warm up. So we're still tending to a Wolfhound here.
Battle of the Smarty Pantses.
Yeah. ready to go, just waiting for things to get started here. Looks like Old Blue has had their discussions and know which way they want to go. In this scoreless second half.
Well, you know, the Irish aren't big fans of the sun. I'm one of them. You know, we're more of a nocturnal breed. So let's see if they can pick it up here. They have so far. There's Dean Muir. Dean's the only. Oh, we got a big break
Great
there.
ball there from whoever's wearing number 4. That was Bobby McMahon.
Yeah.
And Bobby McMahon touches down in the corner as the scoreless second half comes to an end as Old Blue continue to pull away here.
Dare I say that McMahon is actually wearing the number of the position that he's playing, or is he playing 5?
He's playing 5.
There you go. All right, close enough.
The closest one.
Close
yeah.
enough. Close enough. And he was, as we said earlier, he was penciled in as I think at number 6. Seamlessly moved into as a second row, and uses his mobility to score a try.
Down the other end of the field now, Stephane Rousseau is going to give it a shot from this side.
I've got Rousseau in my fantasy ARP squad, so
be a good choice this week with Bird down.
I need this one.
All right. Rousseau does not have the right angle on that ball as it shades away to the left. And Matt McCarthy's fantasy team going down the drain here.
Curses!
As we go back to midfield. And the Wolfhounds, after 5 minutes of great work there, points scored on them again. They're going to have to pick it up here. And
but you know what? You know, that's a positive. And if they can do that again, let's get another 5 minutes of hard work. And do it incrementally if you have to.
They want to leave here with those small victories.
Galway man with the restart.
Easy to spot with that shock of red hair as the ball knocked back by Old Blue, and Rice comes down with it, taken down by Paddy Owens.
Dean Muir, is he the only guy with a beard on the pitch today in the world of beardos?
I think Kavanaugh, who just almost got the ball, has one, but yeah.
That doesn't count. That's not. Come on. I'm talking like, you know.
The big ones, yeah.
I'm talking lumberjack beard.
Strangely non-bearded crowd today. In this day and age, as Solano moved from scrum half to the wing and takes the ball in, but holds on to it. It's going to be a Wolfhounds penalty here, just about 30 meters out from their own zone. And Old Blue, they were rumbling toward another try there.
And when you look at Muir walk away back toward his position, he's got that classic hooker body. You know, those the knuckles that drag on the ground, right?
I know those very well, being a hooker myself.
Exactly. Exactly.
When you stop playing, your knuckles come up off the ground. You seem to get smarter somehow. But here we go. The ball comes around there.
What a move.
The unbelievable step there. Little kick into inside their 22. And the Wolfhounds come down with it. Through Alex Verdager, the open side flanker, wearing number 17 as their hooker. Adam Zilkowski moves the ball forward. Then through the big man, Sean Richards, taking the ball just outside their 22. Nearly turned it over there, but live to fight another day as Durant gets the ball out there, sliding through Harry Kennedy. And again, they keep it, but Verdager, the open side, again takes the ball in. They've twisted his knee there, looked a little, landed a little oddly there. Here come the Wolfhounds, maintaining those phases again, but way inside their own zone. Has a little gap spotted there by Owens, but
Kavanaugh countering.
And Kavanaugh seems to have a possible straightaway through as he moves the ball out to Solano. Solano moves the ball back in, and Kavanaugh again involved in a lot of ball out here.
Solano went up on a stool to take that one out of the air.
They're looking for some of the big boys here, but Irish Wolfhounds player with an obstruction there coming in from the wrong side of the ball. Maybe seeing yellow in a second. We'll see what happens.
You know, I can't say as I blame him. You know, you want to see something. You know, You got to go down fighting, right?
Absolutely. As a yellow does come out there, and to compound their problems, the Irish Wolfhounds are going to be down to 14.
Did we get the card there?
We did get the card. Trying to find out who it is.
Can't see from here. Is that Zilkowski?
I think we have a change there for one of the players. Not sure who got
Just
the
a straight
card.
substitution.
Well, there was a card as well. I think we're down to 14 here. As we're going to have an old blue scrum just a few meters out from the line in a great attacking position here. Rousseau talking to his backs. Augsburger to set the ball in. Referee O'Brien gets him going again. Happier with it this time, but free kick here to Old Blue. Trouble coming as Rice takes the ball and barrels his way towards the line. Scooped and dumped, not illegally. And Augsburger looking for some runners, gets it to Dean Muir. Dean Muir finds a little gap but cannot find the white line there as the Wolfhounds turnover good. Great work by the Wolfhounds there. As their scrum half, Paddy Owens, has to take it into contact there. Need to reset here as the Old Blue defense swarms on those Wolfhounds players. And Mike Durant looking for players to come in, give him a clear line. And Owens can just squeeze the ball out. It's going to be great. Another attacking position here, just outside the 22. I thought that was a bit of a generous mark there.
A little bit of a generous mark, but
Old Blue will make do with this. And this is substitution coming in here. As Old Blue, Muir gets set to put the ball in again to another attacking line out here to the tail. And it's Schwartz to Augsburger. Stefan Rousseau has a long way to go. Wallace Sims puts the ball out. Old Blue wing taking the ball in contact. Augsburger has a dummy runner there. Ball is back to Rousseau. Rousseau looking for a little gap. Shades through himself, finds Connor Wallace Sims, and Connor Wallace Sims dots down just outside, and the avalanche of points continues for Old Blue here.
no answers to the questions that have been posed to them so far on the part of the Wolfhounds by Old Blue. And they are just firing on all cylinders right now.
We're at 53. Kick to come.
Rousseau setting up that play very nicely. He's had himself a nice game. But you got to, the motor of a Dean Muir and an Alex Schwartz are keeping everybody moving on Old Blue. There is no let up whatsoever despite the large lead. Got some substitutions in for Old Blue. Try to get those names and numbers synced up for you. John, that's on you.
Let me run right down there. Smiling Luke Hume heads this way.
Let's see if we can get Mr. Hume in here.
Stefan Rousseau sets it up.
Excuse me, Luke. Can we talk to you for a second?
And Rousseau finds a try-zone, or finds
check.
Rousseau puts it to 55-0, Old Blue. And here we have Luke Hume coming into the booth for Matt to have a few words with.
Luke, we're glad to see you back there running up and down like a madman on the pitch, after the Achilles injuries. But now we're seeing a little clutching, not the Achilles, though.
No, just a little heavy to it. It's a little bit cold, so I think There we go. Just a little hemi tweak, nothing major. Just a little bit cold, and the boys are playing well. So sub in, let them have a run. We'll be good together.
Was it because you were playing scrum half, kicking the ball, playing prop, going into the rocks? What part of it? When did you feel it tweaked?
I think it was when I was playing hooker. But just got a little bit of a knock there. But she's all right. I'll be fine for next week. Just a little tweak, and as you can see, the boys are probably doing better without me, so I might find it hard to get back in.
We did enjoy your demonstration, trying to convince whomever it was that you were fine. Doing the up, the one to the other. What did you call that little?
Yeah,
just
dance step. Little
bit of river dance from here.
Little dancing, little split squat action, but yeah, just it's not worth it. We got enough depth at the club, so. Don't have to worry too much about being out there, but the boys are playing good. It's good to see. It's probably, I think, the best we've played as a team.
You guys are firing on all
cylinders. We're doing well, mate. We're doing well.
Now, was it in the game plan initially to get the ball out to you guys and turn the corner? Did you realize that you had an advantage in speed out there?
To be honest with you, I think against Nyack, when we lost, we played like robots, and we all felt that, both the coaching staff and the players. And then last week, we played against Boston. And they did put up a really, really good fight, but the difference, to be honest with us, we played wide and we played expansive, and we used our skills, like we used the backs, and we do have a good set of forwards who can spread the ball as well. So doing that enables us to essentially have fun and play, and that's essentially what you're seeing today as well.
Yeah, it seemed as though you guys were playing on a pitch that was at least 20 meters wider than what the Wolfhounds were playing on when they had the ball.
Yeah, mate. Literally, honestly, to be honest with you, we worked hard at training. I think Nyack and the result is a blessing in disguise, if I'm going to be completely honest. Because I feel we're definitely a better team than the performance we put out there. Little scrap with the boys, which is always good to see. A little bit of love, a little bit of
fighting
smiles.
Irish, come on.
Go.
Dean Muir in the middle of it.
But yeah, mate, it's like I said, it's a blessing in disguise when we play as a team. We have really, really good individuals in certain positions, but when we play as a team, mate, there isn't a team that's as good as us, in my opinion, to be honest. But we've got to be able to play as a team, and no one will get close, I don't think, to be honest with you, mate.
Well, we're never shy of, we're never short of getting an opinion from you, that's for sure.
There you go.
And 9 out of 10 times you're right on the money, and I think you're on the money with this one. It was great having you in the booth.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
All right. Good luck with that hamstring.
Bye-bye.
Good luck with the rest of the season.
Thanks, boys.
Cheers. And we had a great talk there with Luke Hume, and pretty much not much happened while he was on, so he didn't miss too much action there. As a bit of a scrap, but the Wolfhounds, the penalty, push it down towards the Old Blue line, and still these Wolfhounds in search of their first points of the game.
I did speak with Ryan Mattias at halftime, and he's just got a bit of a turned ankle. He's going to be fine as well.
Yeah. When you're up 55-0, it's not really the time to risk any players, as Old Blue steals a line out there from their own zone, right on their own line. Take it towards the midfield to set up. Augsburger finds Rousseau. Rousseau, a little bit of pressure on him, still gets away a good kick. We're going to have a Wolfhound line out just inside their own 40-meter, just inside the Old Blue 40-meter line, excuse me. Everybody's getting into the action here.
Somebody's dog is
gotten into the broadcast
soiling
booth.
the pitch just outside the broadcast booth. Oh wait, that's my dog.
And here we have
line out to the Wolfhounds. Durant.
To Owens' hands, and Owens looking for that elusive gap there, not finding it, but putting him on the front foot as long as they can recycle here. And the big number 14, Mark Cavanaugh, comes in, puts the ball into James Phillips' hands. James Phillips busts through a couple of tackles, moves it back to where Dager cannot come down with that ball. The Wolfhounds, no knock-on, says the referee.
And they turn it over with a penalty.
The hands into that
break.
Contact area.
Yeah.
Penalized after some great work by the loose forwards there.
And there's no quit. The scoreboard aside, these guys could have packed it in and gone home, and they haven't. That's a credit to the Wolfhounds.
And their coaching staff want to see them ride out this game pretty well as the ball is pushed down by Old Blue to the 40 here. Old Blue line out to come.
I think Brown is in at hooker now. Is that right? For Old Blue?
Yes, he is, as Muir has gone off. And we have no Beards on the field. as Augsburger comes down with it. Augsburger looking for some space. Tries to hand off one. Rousseau has to step in. Augsburger back to his feet. Moves it out. That's Schwartz, the captain, number 8, taking the ball in contact. Back to the left here. Connor Wallace-Sims does a great job with a couple of kicks there. I was about to talk about how suspicious I was of that, but Wallace-Sims able to hack a couple of balls in, scores a try.
Is that a hat trick?
That, I believe that is a hat trick. It's definitely a hat trick, yeah.
Or is that his 4th?
That's his 3rd. For Connor Wallace.
It's a reverse sombrero, or is it is it a hat trick?
It's a hat trick.
Okay.
And 60-0.
60-0. Tough one. That's a tough hill to climb.
But that is Wallace-Sims' 2nd in a row. Hat trick, but 2 in a row here. 60-0.
Oh, that's a Gordie Howe hat trick then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As Rousseau has to line it up again.
If you think you know what a Gordie Howe hat trick is, you can send us a tweet at Rugby Wrap Up or at Meet the Mats, and we'll salute you on the World Wide Web.
And Rousseau didn't have that one, just pushed slightly wide there.
I just traded him for my fantasy team.
Yeah,
there you go. My ARP fantasy
off for next
team.
week.
Yeah. Kick him right in the shins when he comes off the pitch.
Got to get Bird back on. As the Wolfhounds out quickly. I think they really want to get some points out of this.
Again, they have not scored, which is...
Unfortunately, haven't even looked like scoring. Tough day at the office for these boys. It's still time to go as Todd Leader.
Speaking of a tough day at the office, I was looking at the Wasps versus, I think it was it Zebra?
Oh, yeah,
82-14 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
In the European Champions Cup yesterday.
For Dager here, the open side flanker wants to go quick from the Wolfhounds. He's certainly doesn't want to go home empty-handed. They move the ball to their hooker, Adam Zilkowski. Bit of a bobbled ball there, not sure what happened, but okay. And Durant brings it in. Some of the big boys are going to look for a rumble here as we get that through James Phillips. Ball still on the ground. They've had a tough time after a few phases, have the Wolfhounds, but a high pass there to Leader. Leader thought he was going to slide through after a little dummy.
It's not nice to call him a little dummy. Just going to say.
It's a much bigger dummy than that.
Yeah.
Durant again moves the ball out for Dager, who started this whole movement. Puts the ball back into Patty Owens' hands. Owens to Collins. Collins slips around a couple. Danny Collins, that is. And penalty against the Wolfhounds again. Not releasing again, bring it way down. Great work, get it all the way near the line, and turn it over with a penalty.
It's bleeding frustrating for the Wolfhounds there.
I'd say as Wallace-Sims doesn't get too much distance on it.
Wallace-Sims has had himself a nice match.
Yeah, great game. Slotting in the first receiver. As they step in, go to the tail, roll blue, but they can't make it as the ball comes back around.
Found number 16 at the end of that line out.
I think the Wolfhound number 16, Braden Despain.
He found about 1.5 inches in vertical on that when he received it.
And Leader running well again, takes it into contact. Ball is off into Con O'Farrell's hands.
Josh Rice with a nice stick there. And another one from the ground.
From the ground. Andre Dager, that number 7, who's been doing all the great work these last few minutes.
And he's in on the stop right there.
Need someone to step in at 9 here, as they do. And here comes some big boys right through there as James Phillips, another part of this back row here for the Wolfhounds, really pouring it on these last few minutes. Let's hope they can keep a hold of this. A knock on there by the Wolfhounds is going to be Old Blue ball, and yet again foiled in the opposition zone.
It's Phillips Newcastle, right? In England?
Is he?
I believe so.
Could be.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, I'll believe you. No reason not to. And it's going to be a scrum here for Old Blue. The wind starts to whip up here again on Randall's Island in this American Rugby Premiership match. John Broker here with Matt McCarthy as a scrum infraction there allows Augsburger to go quick from inside his 22. Maybe not the wisest choice at this point, but these boys know they're pretty much taking home the win at this point. Having a bit of fun.
So I guess it's about that time, John, for us to start talking about man of the match.
I'd say there's a number of opportunities, a number of candidates out there as Augsburger takes the ball down, steps one way, steps the other. That's Sevens coming into practice right there. Options on a couple of sides of him. Finds Josh Rice. Rice finds Gavin Demore Morrison, the AIC grad, as the ball moves back. And a little bobble there, and it's Old Blue's turn to turn it over inside the opposition 22.
So do we go to the back line, or do we go to the pack that set up the back line?
There has just been, Connor Wallace-Sims, 3 tries so far. Stefan Rousseau, and only a second ARP game, really controlling things from the 10. But, you have your
yeah, but I did cut him from my ARP fantasy team, so
true.
Mid-match. And I apologize for that.
As Josh Rice comes off the field, replaced by Derek Lipscomb.
He's had a great game. Shut down defense from Josh Rice right up the middle. I'm going to narrow it down to two players for me, and they're both in the pack, and that's all I'm going to tell you. So what are you thinking?
If I'm thinking of the pack, you're probably going Alex Schwartz and Dean Muir.
Oh, you are a smart one.
Reading your mind here.
You said you were a hooker?
I was, I swear.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so then let's narrow it down.
All right. Just for, sheer cover of the field, I'd have to go to Muir. More impact runs, more hits. I think Schwartz, you just don't see some of the dirty work. But Muir's had a great game coming off the wing, coming off of all different positions.
I could be the pitch side lawyer and argue on both sides of this for both players, but I think Muir was especially more visible only because he was the only beard out there.
Could be it.
All right, so why don't we agree that the Old Spice edge player of the man of the match is going to go to Dean Muir. All right.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. No sliding with Captain Alex Schwartz, though.
Absolutely not. This has really been a team game here as Old Blue puts a squeeze on. Ball comes out there. Schwartz can't handle that one. And an advantage here to Old Blue. Augsburger finds Rousseau. Rousseau finds Derek Lipscomb, the Columbia grad, just into the game. And Lipscomb, Augsburger was looking for Demore Morrison coming around the corner, but he didn't quite have the angle on him. And back they go, fighting to keep his feet there. Kavanaugh and Morrison in there, and is that Big Mike Brown?
Yes.
Augsburger again, quick service to Rousseau. Ball out to Wallace-Sims, another great player, and here's Schwartz now, the captain.
He's running for that bus, right?
Yeah, running for the bus, looking to change our minds on our man of the match with a great run of his own there, and feeds off, and Old Blue has scored yet another try to bring the score here to 65-0.
Well, the plaque is already being printed, so we can't change that.
Time winding down here on Randall's Island, New York City American Rugby Premiership matches. Stefan Rousseau continues kicking practice today.
John, don't look now, but there's another beard on the field.
All right.
Replacement beard.
I heard that's going to go into the rule book. You got to go beard for beard when you're going to do these things. As Rousseau under the watchful eye of referee O'Brien. Slots another one, and we are at 67-0.
You can't really fault the referees on any of this either. I mean, they've called the game pretty much. We haven't, you and I haven't disagreed with really any of the calls so far.
Just generally a surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, referee O'Brien having a good game here. Be great to get him mic'd up and hear what he has to say. As leader again has to put this kick up. A lower one that time as the ball comes down to Old Blue. See where they go this time. They still got some speed out wide. Derek Lipscomb sitting tight. Augsburger taking a sweet time about this. Puts up the box kick. Not too much distance. We'll see who comes down with it. As the Wolfhounds have. And here comes the scrum half Durant, having to make the most of it as his forwards pick and go. The ball moved wide there. They actually got some numbers out here. We'll see what they can do as Tad Leader gets a hold of the ball. And here there's...
I think he just pulled a hamstring on that play.
I think so. As
he pulled something. Well, he got a cramp instantly while he had the ball.
Well, he's been one of their standout players. You'd hate to see something like that happen. As the ball back out to Owens there. Owens moves it into a hard running forward coming onto it. Con O'Farrell. But a whistle here for an offsides against Old Blue. And the Wolfhounds going to have a chance to push the ball downfield.
Leader's still down. I can't see the clock, John. What time can you make that out from here?
From here, I can't see the clock too well either, but it looks like it says, just a few minutes ago, 8:10. 8-10 minutes.
Gutsy.
And here go the Wolfhounds, electing not to go. Oh. And a little bit of a...
Is that Owens?
Well, the Wolfhounds decided to go without the referee's permission there. The referee is still attending to the injury over here.
Is that Owen Collins with that burst there?
Yep, Owen Collins bursting through.
His motor is still running at 100%.
Yeah, he definitely wants some points here. His leader seems to be okay for the moment.
He's gingerly walking back into his position, though. He's
been a great hard runner in that midfield. They wouldn't want him to go off.
The gallant Galwanian. Galwanian.
And the ball pushed down by the Wolfhounds there. Kavanaugh can't keep it in field. We are going to have a line out where Rosalind Anderson, the assistant referee, marks it just inside the 40 there. And the Wolfhounds look ready to go.
For the folks at home, Broker hasn't gotten it that when I repeat one of my bad jokes, he's supposed to acknowledge it with a laugh to get me off of it.
I'll get it one of these times.
You will.
And here we have Collins.
Well, hookers have never been accused of being alert.
Not all the time. It just comes and goes, There's a pick and go here from Sean Moran. The Wolfhounds looking to make something out of this. There's blood in the water there. The Old Blue turns it over, and Augsburger quick to go. Back to Wallace Sims. Wallace Sims pushes it down, plays a little territory. Slows things down a little bit here, and it's going to be Wolfhound's ball.
It was a left-footed kick, wasn't it?
Yes.
From Wallace Sims.
Left-footed.
Always jealous to see that. Winding down, score right now.
Score right now is 67-0.
67-0.
And Old Blue knocked forward off of the hands of Augsburger there. And we are going to have a scrum here for the Wolfhounds, as it's getting late days here for them to try to salvage something of their trip down to New York City.
Well, you certainly can't lose on a weekend like this in New York. It's spectacular. You lose on the field, but you really, it's still a great experience.
Great ball weekend. Owens elects to go for the big kick over Kavanaugh's head. Kavanaugh scoops it up, but did he push it forward there? Not seen by the referee, and Kavanaugh hangs onto it.
I'm okay with that.
Inside ball there to Augsburger.
I'm okay with that, John. I think that the initial movement of the ball went backward.
Old Blue continues to rumble through Calder Orr. Wolfhounds players screaming for some defense out wide.
That was a tough pass to handle there.
That one doesn't go to hand there for Rousseau. Scrum of the Wolfhounds.
Here's a line drive at your shins from five meters away. Damn hookers.
You won't be thanking them for that. Yeah. Hookers, scrum halves, we're all, all the same. Referee O'Brien brings them together. Durant gets the ball working, but a big squeeze here from Old Blue.
Great charge from that.
As Augsburger knocks that down, maybe penalized for an intentional knock-on. Here are the Wolfhounds. As Patty Owens looks to the corner.
And he finds it.
As we wind on here, we're going to have another Wolfhounds lineup. Wolfhounds looking to move this quick as the ball goes to Phillips, but Phillips can't handle it. Comes down and a knock on there. Their own worst enemy on that quick one. It's going to be an Old Blue scrum. Just inside their 22s, about 15 meters out from their line. Mistake there from the Wolfhounds. Don't want to make that late in the day as Augsburger has ball in hand again. Scrum infraction there, and here comes Derek Lipscomb, puts it wide. Kavanaugh corralled around the head, but squeezes out of it. And Kavanaugh looks to get the ball to the ground. As we get late penalty called for that high tackle. Old Blue will have a penalty just inside their zone with Rousseau eyeing up the sideline.
He did not find touch.
Perfect on that one as Durant trying to figure out where to go with it. Durant keeps it in hand. Schwartz goes for the poach, doesn't get. Danny Collins with the ball, but turned over there by Old Blue, and Old Blue through Bobby McMahon, his second try.
Bobby McMahon was shot out of a cannon on that one.
Scoops up a loose ball on the run, and good as can be is Bobby McMahon.
And that's a lock, folks.
And that's 72, and I think they hit that kick, so that is 74-0 Old Blue. And what can you say at this point?
Well, you can't say it was that one ruck that changed the game, that's for sure.
Wolfhounds have to do a little soul searching after this.
But you go to what Luke Hume said to us when he came in the booth, and perhaps that was a wake-up call, the loss to Nyack.
Yep.
Which, quite frankly, I didn't see happening.
Yeah, I didn't. I was surprised at that result myself.
Credit to Nyack for coming out and winning that match. And now, we've got some exciting stuff to look forward to. That's for sure.
Gonna be next one's gonna be a big matchup. As Owens that time, leader is off the field. puts the ball down, or actually Leader just moved to the wing, but Owens takes over kicking duties there. And Augsburger again goes to the box kick. Not getting huge length on it, but getting the ball up there for his players to come down with. And Old Blue retrieves their own kick. Augsburger with a second one after he spots some room back there. Ball takes an Old Blue bounce. Very much takes an Old Blue bounce as Stefan Rousseau just has to collect and dot it down for yet another try. How about that?
I'm going to get him back on my ARP fantasy team. That's it. He's answered my questions.
Matt McCarthy's flashy play of the day goes to Stefan Rousseau.
Was that a drop kick for the conversion?
I believe that, and that was the end of the game there. And that is a drop kick for the conversion, 79 plus the 2.
That's 81. Yep.
I can do math sometimes. 81-0 Old Blue over the Boston Irish Wolfhounds at the end of this Premiership, American Rugby Premiership action as Next Level Rugby brought you the action with me, John Broker, and Rugby Wrap-Ups Matt McCarthy. Matt, just a postscript for this game. What do you say?
Well, we spoke about it before the match. We said that Old Blue had the horses in the back line. They had the guys in the engine room up front, and if they could spin the ball, they could do some damage.
Yep.
And conversely, we said that the Wolfhounds had to keep possession, keep the ball out of the hands of those guys. Not, as you saw, 81-0.
81-0. You know, I would go to what Luke Hume said. He said they thought they played like robots last time.
Yeah.
So this time they got their structures right. They got in the right place, and every single player, really put it on themselves to show well today, and to really take responsibility for what was going to happen. And it shows in that 81-0 crushing right there. So, man of the match, the bearded Dean Muir. Matt McCarthy with John Broker for Next Level Rugby and this American Rugby Premiership matchup. We'll catch you next time.